comprehensive performance. They had a couple of batters that did well, and the spinners also did well on the. So they'll be carrying the confidence. So how do you find your chances, and how's the wicket like?
Yeah, I think the last game we got a lot of confidence that we took. There's certain aspects that we did really well against, obviously, an extremely strong Indian team. And then look, we're feeling good going into this game. We've prepared extremely well before the World Cup, and we've had really good training sessions. It was good for us to get a good idea of the USA team now against Holland, played last night. So look, feeling good. I think that we've covered all our bases, and the big thing for us will be the players to go and execute those plans out on the field.
Craig, you've been head coach not quite a year now, but obviously you've had market experience with the team, having played with them for 15 years and then playing under Pierre. It feels like through the qualifying, especially with the bat, it felt a little bit freer, or the boys had a little bit more creativity maybe in their batting. What's kind of the modus operandi? What are your sort of philosophies on how they go about their way with the bat?
Yeah, look, so taking like you said, been with the team now for about 8 months. When I took over, the team was actually in a very good T20 space. Obviously, been to 3 T20 World Cups already, so it was sort of just building on that. And like I said, it was like my biggest job was just getting the guys in a good mental space. They're already playing good cricket, and then we just tweaked a couple of things. Especially with our batting unit, trying to spend more time at the crease, and just the options that they take. So yeah, it was, I suppose, really disappointing to lose to Holland, and then I thought 75% of the game against India we did really, really well. So yeah, just learning from that the whole time.
And yeah, as you said, the results might not have been ideal at the moment, but how far are you in terms of like looking ahead and maybe turning another corner for Namibian cricket? Obviously, the last 5-6 years has been incredibly successful for the country, not only on the field but off the field as well. What are the next kind of steps for Namibia to kind of take the next step? Maybe be a Super 8 team and beyond.
Yeah, look, we've got a lot of things in place with our HP programs currently. We've also got quite a few youngsters here. So yeah, there's just like you mentioned, to become let's say a team that is known for winning cricket matches on the big stage. We've got big plans in place. We're still lucky to have our senior players are still around 29, 30, so we've still got quite a good few years in us. But I mean, it's, talk around the table the whole time. I'm sure with all the associates is how you can continue to get better.
Coach, initially Erasmus wasn't exactly doing a lot of bowling, but then suddenly he started bowling very regularly at various levels of cricket. So, and he's also the kind of bowler who's able to turn the ball both ways. He's got an amazing imagination when it comes to bowling and stuff. So, how did that evolution kind of come about?
Yeah, look, Gerard, he's actually been bowling for a very long time. I mean, he's always been a bowler. It's just more and more now we're finding ways to use him more. Like you said, he's extremely clever and he trains really hard. So he's got various options that he's brought into his game now, which he's actually been using for a couple of months. Look, he's just an extremely clever, talented person, and I wish you guys could see how hard this guy works. And I'm glad he got some success against India, so the whole world can see what he's capable of. And look, he plays around the world, actually more as a bowler than a batsman. So he bowls difficult overs. He's always bowling in the power play. He's bowling out the power play. He's bowling death. So I think this is his tournament where he can, he's actually showing the world this is what he does. We're really hoping that he comes off with a bat as well. I mean, he's a serious all-rounder and obviously a great leader in our team.
Hi, Coach. So this is the second of 3 games in 3 different venues for the side. So how has the group prepared for having to switch from venue to venue 3 games in a row, and how do you feel the team is shaping up for conditions tomorrow? It's the first time you're playing in Chennai in this tournament.
Yeah, look, I don't think we're too worried about the conditions changing. We do all our research and we get all the stats on the various grounds and that kind of stuff. But then just having, I think the biggest thing for us is having guys like Justin Kemp, who's played 2 IPLs, played all formats for South Africa, knows Indian conditions really well, and obviously Gary Kirsten. I mean, Gary Kirsten's second home is India. So having those guys in our camp has really helped. As we move to new states and new conditions, they've really helped in terms of the different ways of playing. So yeah, we've thought quite a while back how we're going to cover those bases, and we definitely got to cover that. I can't see that the team is really affected by these conditions. The pitches really look good in all the areas. So yeah.
This World Cup, many believe players from associate nations have an opportunity to impress and get to play the various leagues around the world. From your team, whom do you think were good enough to play the other leagues, maybe IPL or a Big Bash?
Yeah, look, I'd like to say everyone. All our guys are good enough. That's why they're playing for us. All of them have got a different skill set, or all of them have got a opportunity to show the world what they can do. I think you saw the other night with our bowling department. We kept India in the last 4 overs to under 20, which is quite incredible. It's the number 1 team in the world. And all those bowlers put their hands up. So, these guys have got a good skill set, and they, it's obviously the big thing is playing under pressure situations, playing in front of big crowds. But we're trying to create opportunities with our own home stadium now to be able to do more of that. So in terms of our 15 guys that are here, every single one of them has got the potential to show the world. Obviously the big name, is your Gerard Erasmus, your captain. He leads from the front, very good in both departments, unbelievable fielder. I think you've got guys like Ruben Trumpelman, JJ Smith, Nico Lofty-Eaton, Jan Freiling, Lawrence Steenkamp. These guys have got serious talent. I just hope that in the last 2 games, hopefully Super 8, that these guys are able to put their hands up and really show you guys what they can do.
Talking about Gerard again, you, and with Francois in the setup as well for a long time, you've probably seen him when he was very young, given that you played with the team for a long time. What have you kind of seen in his development in that time? And can you remember going back maybe when he was a kid, what he was like sort of growing into the Namibian team and how he's kind of blossomed into an international cricketer like he has?
Yeah, so look, I coached Gerard as an under 13-year-old when I first joined him, maybe in 2007. So I've worked with him his whole career and, played with him for a long time. The big thing with him is that he just continues to challenge himself in his game. I know guys talk about this new bally bowls, round arm with a really low action. He's actually been doing that for 2 years. He's just got the confidence now to be able to execute it on the world stage. He's just a super professional. He's a role model to a lot of kids back home, to a lot of players. He was when I coached him, but then when I played, I also looked up to him. I just think he's that type of guy. He just continues, like I said, challenges himself. And he's only 30 years old. He just feels like that name has been in our houses for the last 20 years. So he's still got a lot to offer, and I really just hope, all the hard work he puts in and all the effort and everything he does for Namibia, that he can show the rest of the world what he's all about. I think that his big opportunities are very close.
Thank you.